everyone. It's great to be here with you today. My name is Lisa Bracco. I am a member at Emergence. Shout out to the Glen Rock campus. And I'm Pastor Phil's wife. Okay, so today we are going to continue in Ecclesiastes chapter 8. We're going to be looking through verses 10 through 13 together. So I'm just going to read it really quick. Then I saw the wicked buried. They used to go in and out of the holy place and were praised in the city where they had done such things. This also is vanity. Because the sentence against an evil deed is not executed speedily, the heart of the children of man is fully set to do evil. Though a sinner does evil 100 times and prolongs his life, yet I know that it will be well with those who fear God, because they fear before him. But it will not be well with the wicked, neither will he prolong his days like a shadow, because he does not fear before God. Okay, so I feel like the preacher here is sharing two frustrations that he's saying are just unfair and meaningless. The first one being that the wicked are praised and honored. So in verse 10, you see that he's watching a wicked man be buried, right? So he's at a funeral. He's seeing a guy who had done horrific things in the temple, in the holy place, being remembered in high regard. And it's frustrating to see the wicked held up as the standard to be followed, no matter how much they've harmed those around them. We live in a deeply broken world that on this side of heaven will never be fully repaired, and we've all experienced that in some way, from death of loved ones, broken marriages, addiction, racism, human trafficking, government corruption, to other things like dishes overflowing in the sink, or rainy vacations, bee stings, flat tires, Prime taking 1 week to deliver instead of 1 day. You know, this is just the world we live in. It's broken and it's unjust. And the preacher's world is broken too. In this case, the wicked man was not getting what he deserved. But he reminds us that it's vanity, it's meaningless. I love the picture of vanity being like a wisp of fog or thick smoke. You know, you look at it and it appears to be solid, but if you try to hold on to it, there's nothing there. You're just left empty-handed every time. The second frustration he shares is slow justice. Verse 11 highlights this problem where the wickedness around him seems to be compounded because evil is not being punished. The evil deeds are not being executed fast enough. So because people are looking around and they see that, they're thinking, what else can I get away with? You know, the heart of the children of man is fully set to do more evil. This is echoed actually by the psalmist in Psalm 73. He says, I envied the proud when I saw them prosper, despite their wickedness. They seem to live such painless lives. Their bodies are so healthy and strong. They do not have troubles like other people. They are not plagued with problems like everyone else. They scoff and they speak only evil. In their pride, they seek to crush others. And so the people are dismayed and confused, thinking, what does God know? They ask, does the Most High even know what's happening? Look at these wicked people, enjoying a life of ease while their riches multiply. Did I keep my heart pure for nothing? Did I keep myself innocent for no reason? I get nothing but trouble all day long. Every morning brings me pain. So I just thought that was a crazy parallel, you know, from that verse to what the preacher is experiencing. He's struggling with the same tension too, of why aren't the wicked getting what they deserve when they deserve it? Why isn't God just removing wicked people? You know, if God just gathered all the evil people together away from the rest of us, wouldn't life be a whole lot better? I mean, I feel like I have to be careful of that mindset because it can distort my view of justice and grace. So when I'm sinned against, when I'm hurt, I want justice and I want it now. And if I don't receive that justice, I might start to question God's faithfulness and God's goodness in my life. But when I'm the offender, when I hurt someone, I hope for and expect forgiveness and grace in return. And if I don't receive that, that person is unjust. You see? So if God removed all of the wicked people among us, there would not be anyone left. You know, we all commit offenses against a righteous and holy God who has every right to execute and provide divine justice against any and all who offend him. But in spite of that, he loves us tenderly and he's patient with us. He shows us endless grace, endless mercy that I cannot fully comprehend. I love how Paul Tripp puts it. He says, mercy triumphs where justice can't. So if God only offered justice, no one would run to him. It is the knowledge of his mercy that makes us honestly face ourselves and gladly run to him. This takes us to verses 12 and 13, where the preacher is saying the great truth that even though it seems like the more you engage in sin, the better things will go, he's saying he knows that it will go well for those who fear God. And the key here to keeping our head on straight and not losing it when we see the wicked living their best life is to fear God. And remember that life under the sun makes no sense if there is not a final judgment before God. But if there is an eternal sentencing, then the fear of God will be real in our lives, because we will be held accountable for all that we do in light of that day when we're standing before Jesus face to face. Justice comes through Jesus himself. It comes through his cross, where he died in our place for our sins. He carried the weight of injustice and wickedness on our behalf, or it will come through his white throne, where we die in our own place for our own sins, right? So either way, justice comes. The psalmist ends chapter 73, that same chapter, with this. So I tried to understand why the wicked prosper, but what a difficult task it is. And then I realized that my heart was bitter, yet I still belong to you. You hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, leading me to a glorious destiny. Whom have I in heaven but you? I desire you more than anything on earth. My heart may fail and my spirit may grow weak, but God remains the strength of my heart. He is mine forever. Those who desert him will perish, but as for me, how good it is to be near God. I have made the sovereign Lord my shelter, and I will tell everyone about the wonderful things you do. So guys, my prayer for us is that in the face of injustice and confusion, when the circumstances surrounding us are just making no sense, is that we would cling to the truth of the gospel and the goodness of God, that we can be people of mercy and joy in a broken world. Thanks, guys. I hope you have a great week.